Hello and welcome back to my channel, Direct from Doctor, and my name is Dr. Shanai. And what I'm going to talk today is something about gymming. I'll talk about how much one can go to the gym and how much one can exercise, and what are the conditions where one should not go to the gym, and these kind of things. You see, around particularly in India, around 30 years ago, I can say there are not many gyms. In small towns, almost there were no gyms, and in the bigger towns, very few gyms, and there too, the attendance was very low. For example, in the city where I live, it's Mangalore. I remember there were only a couple of gyms, very small time gyms, not many equipment. I have gone to the gym at that time, and not much of equipment. And one of the gyms, which is still running today, is was a traditional type, the olden days type, which I have seen, those kind of gyms without any machines and all that. Only the old type of weights, where they, you take a big, stone-like thing and turn it around, those kind of things. That was the strength training those days, where they used to have wrestling, kushti, and those kind of things too. It used to be that kind of a thing. But slowly the scenario changed, and in the particularly movies, the well-built heroes started appearing, and people naturally got attracted to those kind of things, and people started going to the gyms. They wanted to look like movie stars. They wanted to build up their muscles, six-pack abs, and terrific biceps, and those kind of things, and look like a He-Man. So that kind of a trend developed, and ladies wanted to become slim. So early days, if I go back, people are not actually bothered about how they looked. They did not even walk. Many people did not even walk properly. They developed a lot of tummy, this, that, a lot of weight, and even the movie heroes were quite fatty. They were not those He-Man type like in today's movies what we see. So naturally, as the days changed, particularly the youngsters got attracted to that kind of a living, where they had to look attractive, and they had to be in shape, good shape. They think that is healthy. So that particular trend developed, and they started going to the gym. So the gyms mushroomed like anything. Particularly in Mangalore, there are so many gyms, so many. Almost each road may have one gym. That kind of a scene it is. So they are doing well. Everybody is doing well, and a lot of youngsters are going to the. As soon as they reach the college days, they start going to the gym, and within a couple of years, well-built body. They look like real superheroes. So that kind of a trend has developed. But at the same time, the death rate among the youngsters has increased. Not only youngsters, many people. Death rate has increased. And if you investigate why young people are dying, so before the before they attain the old age, even before they reach the middle age, so many people have died. Not only here, all over the world. So why it has happened? If you investigate, so most of the reports say they have done excessive gymming. So strength training, too much of strength training. So these kind of things, that it has led to the heart failure, the heart attacks. So it can happen actually. It can happen. So one has to watch that. So in most of the gyms, particularly in our country, the trainers themselves are not trained properly. They need a rigorous training. There are no schools or colleges, where gym training is done. How properly, one has to instruct the people how to do the exercises. Those kind of things are lacking here still. There is a lot of scope if somebody comes up with those kind of training, for the trainers. These trainers themselves are not well trained. Many of them. Some of them are, yes, they are trained. And some people actually appoint the personal trainers. It has come to that level. They want to look so good that they have the personal trainers. So who wrongly advise these people to take a lot of protein supplements, this, that, wrong kind of food they prescribe. So the person lands up taking too much of protein. So as a result, there is a hyper proteinemia. Those kind of things are happening in the body, which is very bad. Anything which is too much is very bad actually, right? And so the particular person wants this particular muscle has to be built, so he will train that person in that particular strength training, will be given. And most of the times they want to please the customers and show them as their models, and wrong things have been taught. I know at least 2 people who died because of excessive gymming. They have either died inside the gym while gymming, or they've come back home and died. That has happened. So why this is occurring? I mean, it's very sad that the people thought that gymming is healthy. In fact, they thought it would make them healthy. So on the contrary, it has killed them. How come? So the only thing is, too much is too bad. Only thing what I can say. If you go to the research reports, so what is happening is most of them have overdone it. They've done excessive gymming, too much of gymming, too much of strength training. So what has happened is that's definitely strainful for the heart. The heart tries to pump more blood, more blood. So all the tissues or the cells require supply of oxygen at that particular time of gymming. They run too much on the treadmill, too much, which should not be done actually. It should be very moderate. Running on the treadmill or walking on the treadmill, I always advise walking on the treadmill than running. Running should be avoided as much as possible. And bench press, this, that, so they go on adding the weight, and they take it as a challenge to add more weights. They think in a few weights, no, this is wrong, they think. And they push themselves beyond the limit. So as a result, what happens? There are dangers. What is happening in the body. Outside they may look good. But inside something wrong is happening. Not all. I'm talking not about everybody, but some people. And some people go to the extent of dying. Very sad indeed. And recently I was going through an interview with a cardiologist, and what he was saying was, in most of the instances, it may be the dehydration what is causing. See, the gym goers, they are not properly trained in every aspect. They have to be trained in aspects of rehydrating them also. For example, when in gym, and here the people have the belief that the more you sweat, more healthy it is. No, it is not that way. A little sweating is fine. And when you start sweating too much, you should stop. Either take rest for quite some time, give rest till the sweating stops, rehydrate yourself, and if you want, you can continue a bit. Otherwise, you have to give up that day. It is done for you. It should be done for that day. Right? Excessive gym sweating is very bad. So it dehydrates your body. See, the sweating obviously puts out the water from outside, out of the body. Along with the water which comes out, salts also will go out. Some essential salts, particularly sodium and potassium. If there is a severe shortage of potassium and sodium, what will happen to the heart? These are all electrolytes. These are just 2 of the electrolytes I am saying. There are many more. So if there is an electrolyte imbalance, the heart will suffer. Electrolytic activity, electrical activity. In the heart there is an electrical activity, which I was told about in one of my videos. Without the electrical activity, heart will stop. It will die. So that is called as cardiac arrest without the proper electrical activity. So what will happen if the electrolytes go out profusely along with the sweat? There is a severe water and electrolyte balance within the body. So this may be really harmful for the heart. The person may have a heart attack or he may have the cardiac arrest. Both are different things. Okay, but both are equally harmful. Heart attack is the blood flow to the heart muscles is stopped or blocked. That may be because of the blockage within the arteries which are supplying. There are main 3 arteries, where the blood actually goes to and there are small subarteries which supply the blood to the heart muscles. So the artery may rupture inside because of the excessive gymming. So excessive load, the blood pressure may rise. It may go beyond 200. The systole, the upper figure, it may go beyond 200 or 250. At that time, the diastole, that is the lower figure, it should be the same. For example, if the systole goes up, it should be normally 120 to 130, I can say in adults, but suppose it crosses 200 to 250, you can imagine the kind of blood that is being pumped. It's a pumping pressure, right, from the heart. But later there is something called as a resting value. So the resting pressure is blood pressure is called as diastole. Blood starts returning to the heart, and that should be stable. It should not be too much. If it is too much, if it's going beyond the number, say around 80 to 85 is normal. If it goes beyond that, suddenly from the person who was having a diastole of 80 to 85. If it suddenly crosses 90, 95, 100, what may happen? It's dangerous. That will have severe effect on the heart. The blood is returning at a very heavy pace. So these kind of things should be stopped. That can happen in the gym. That can happen. Okay. So these are all first-hand reports from the cardiologist. So all these things can happen. So because of the too much pressure, and I suppose the person is already having certain underlying conditions within the arteries. Because of the food habits or lifestyle, what the person is leading, the artery may rupture inside, and sudden clot may form, and it may be artery may get blocked. Person may have heart attack. That also can happen. I'm not giving a scary picture. I'm giving a realistic picture, so that the person can be careful about it. So, in view of all this, excessive sweating, injury to the heart because of the rupture of the arteries, and these kind of things, and water and electrolyte balance going haywire because of the excessive sweating, all these things may lead to a lot of severe problems, either temporary damage or permanent damage. So that should be stopped. So the person should be trained how one should get rehydrated. As they go on sweating, they have to rehydrate themselves. Rehydrate means not just with the plain water, bit of electrolytes too, which is very essential. How to go about it? That has to be properly trained. And most of the gyms, unfortunately, they don't train the person. They just say, bring a lot of people carry the water bottle along with them. Yeah, they think that's it. There's one bottle of water. They think that's it. That's more than enough. Then they gym for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. And what they drink is just maybe half a liter or 1 liter of water, plain water, without any electrolytes. It's wrong, actually. So be careful. These are all simple things. Don't overexert yourself. Don't push yourself beyond your limit. You have a limit. Know your limit. Once you feel tired. So another thing is, excessive gymming tells you, it gives you a certain kind of warning signals. Over the days, you may feel very tired. Your muscles may feel weak instead of feeling strong. They're bulging. The muscles are bulging because once you do the strength training, naturally that muscle has worked, so it has to bulge. That bulging shows us, now I'm fit and good. It shows like that. No, it may be other way around. You may feel weak, actually. The muscles may feel weak. You may feel the lassitude, a lot of problems, trouble concentrating. These are all warning signals. So you must pay attention to all this. Light gymming is always good. No problem. Even I have gone to the gym many times earlier. Now, because of the age, I'm not going. I'm just doing some walking. 30 minutes walking. That's it. That's what I do. Even for the walking, there's I'll tell you sometime later, so there is a rule on how much one can walk. No excessive sweating. No excessive sweating. Excessive sweating is not a sign of good health. It shows that something problematic. So please understand that. You just don't feel that you're sweating and you're wet all over, your t-shirts, everything is so damp with sweat. That is not good. Person is happy that I'm sweating so much, so it must be good. No, it's wrong. A light sweating only that much. Heavy sweating is no, strictly no. If you do, that is a warning signal that you must stop immediately. Okay. So all the best. I hope you got my point. I told in I can go on and add more of information, but it becomes scary. So this much information is enough. Do light gymming, fine, no problem. Okay. Don't over push yourselves. Don't go beyond your limit. Whenever you are feeling a little unwell, don't go to the gym. And the body will tell you, okay, today I don't want. Yeah, don't go to the gym. Even if you skip for a week, it doesn't matter. Okay, do a light walking. That's enough. Just to compensate a bit, just for the circulation. But even if you go to the gym, it doesn't matter. Be active the entire day. That's very, very important. It's not that you just sit at one place. That is not the way. Also, you should be active throughout the day. Without gymming also, one can be active. One can walk to the work, there's no problem. One can walk to the market, one can walk to the shop. Throughout the day, be busy. Do your work, be busy. That's very important. You should be very active. Okay? That is very, very important. So, with these few words, I'll wind up today's video. So, be with me and please share the video with your friends, and please subscribe too. That's very important for me. And also ask your friends to subscribe so that I can grow my channel and give you some more good information. Thank you very much. Be healthy, stay healthy. Thank you.